Well, Dwaine, you know, rivers, I really enjoy them because one is because I'm out with you. And you know the river, you know you've fished rivers for years and you can tell, you know the experience. What about our viewers at home? And they haven't been on the river, haven't fished the river very much. You know, what things should they do before they even get to the river?
Well, one of the best things to do is, of course, study where you're going, get maps if you can. Yeah, a river like this one that's real shallow, I would suggest using someone else's equipment, like hiring a guide possibly.
Sure.
Because you're going to tear your equipment up on a river like this. It's so shallow, especially this year, that, well, we bumped all the way up today.
Oh, we did. Yeah, we did.
And that's always the best.
Yeah. If you haven't fished the river, if you don't know the river real well like yourself, you could get in big trouble real quick on a day like today when the river's real low.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, tear up a lot of equipment, have a bad trip, not want to come back, and you don't want to spoil a good trip.
No, not at all. So guide's a good idea.
Yes.
You know, at least the first time you go out there and you can see what you want. If you get involved with it, then you can get your own equipment to do it on the river.
Well, and the guide also is going to show, he's going to take you to places that he wants you to catch fish. Well, he's going to be showing you the right places to fish on that particular body of water. And he'll be showing you all the eddies, break lines, everything. He'll be showing you the channel on the way up through there. Not because he's out to show you that, but because he's got to get there himself too.
Now, when you get to those spots, what's some of the baits you'd use? I know today we're using this power tube, or power, I guess the little power twister tails you know. Excellent little bait. I mean, power baits. I mean, you know me, I use the power baits on the show all the time for fishing the worm around the docks and so forth, because it works.
Yes.
You know, I buy them in the hundreds because they work, you know. Yes. But we use that today and it worked pretty well. Is that what you use pretty much all year, or is there special spots?
Pretty much all year. The power bait works especially well in a cooler water. Power bait's just a good bait.
Yeah, it sure is.
Twister tails, we use twister tails on the rivers a lot because you don't keep a jig very often. You got to make donations in order to get fish.
Yeah, for sure.
We normally use plastic until the water cools down. Then it's live bait, minnows. Minnows when it gets real cold. We've used some crawlers today and had some luck with those. We don't use many leeches on this rock river, but they do work from time to time.
Right. Well, and the rivers are pretty. You know, I mean, there's, you know, like we don't have a lot of sun right now, but boy, when the sun's out, the river just sparkles with the trees and everything, like we are here in late fall, and it's great to get out there. And it's, you know, the one thing I've said before, there's a river near somebody everywhere.
Yes.
I don't care what town you live in or where you're watching the show, there's a river not far from you, so you can get to it. And you can do the bank fishing the same way and look for those same eddies and that, you know, that we talk about, and works great. Well, good. Thanks for those tips. We appreciate it, Dwaine, as always. You know, having a day on the water with you is great. And fishing on the river is something everybody should give it a try. Get down there. You know, the old worms, they work. Yes. If you got nothing else, you don't have to buy a lot of new tackle. You can use what you got in these power worms and power baits. I love them. Yes. They work. Okay, well, let's try to get one more in before this day's over here.
Okay.
All right, real good.